Welcome back, everyone, to Technobabylon, and tonight we get back to the world's most awkward family reunion ever. So, we're at the Fulcrum Tower. The villain is enacting her ploy. To make a very long story short, for the fact that I dislike the idea of how costly vet bills are, second cat, I'll try not to let her know. But yes, basically, the villain all along was Galatea, the nominal subordinate to the main administrator Vargas, who created the AI governing the city central. Galatea is essentially a clone of... there's a lot of weird stuff happening with Regis' embryos, but basically, Central was created as kind of a wetware CPU upgraded into an AI. They used the embryos that Regis and his wife had fertilized. They also used those embryos to create Latha and Galatea. And now they're enacting this weird plan involving the minds that has been stolen by the Mindjacker to upgrade Central to do way more. Meanwhile, there's a competing conspiracy headed by Nina, one of the other scientists that created the Central project, that also wants to upgrade Central but have it do something other than city administration. It's convoluted. Yeah, where Central has a moment and discovers Regis' dad. Yeah. So yeah, all our protagonists are here. We can switch between them freely, and they'll all have stuff to say to each other. So, let's start with the obvious elephant in the room. So, let's see. We are currently Regis. Yes. For some reason... Oh, yeah, we got a bug there. It should say Regis and Lau, but it hasn't updated their photos here. But anyway, as Latha, this man lied to you, tried to kill you, and now it turns out he's your father? Well, at least it's only one of the strangest things to happen to you over the last couple of nights. Alright, let's get the awkward conversation out of the way.
Hey,
Yes? I just wanted to say about what happened earlier.
Hey, get nuked. You tried to kill me.
I didn't know.
Yeah, like that makes it any better. And for what? A bunch of embryos?
Not a great start, I'll admit. But, let's try and break the ice a little bit better here.
I guess we already got an introduction at Cell.
Huh. I suppose we did. I think the tone of that was wrong, though.
What, for meeting your daughter for the first time in jail?
That's not what I meant. Let's try starting again. Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a cell case specialist.
Latha, Skanto bum and trans addict. And apparently the target of a whole lot of people trying to kill her.
I mean, not that many. It's like 2, maybe 3 tops. I mean, Galatea didn't want to kill her. She wanted to capture her and use her, like, super brain that's, like, very wired into the trance as someone else to help with the Central project. Again, we're getting kind of convoluted here, but basically, Latha was a critical ingredient to the plan, but the Mindjacker took over because he was poisoned by the hatred of the guy that killed Regis' wife, tried to kill her anyway. Like, yeah, 3 people try to kill you is 4 too many. It's a few at this point. But yeah, this is kind of getting to what I was talking about earlier, where the complexity of this game is kind of caved in on itself, and it feels like the villain's plan was a few twists of fate away from falling apart completely. Like, if they had blown up Latha, they would basically be screwed here. Like, that would have kind of given the game away. They wouldn't be able to do what they wanted with Central. It would have drawn a whole lot of attention. There's... I don't know. I get the feeling that the villain of this story isn't all that competent, and it's only kind of everybody around her that seems... They're setting a low bar, basically, and our protagonists haven't really acquitted themselves very well either. Controllable Brainiac 2.0. Got it, exactly.
I'm really sorry about what happened. If I'd known you were there.
I nearly died. I've been running for my life because of you.
Latha, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this right. Whether or not it's even possible, I'm going to try.
Go nuke yourself. The only reason I'm still here is that you don't have a reason to kill me anymore.
Right. Anyway.
What are these people trying to do?
Time to summarize the plot.
They stole the mind states of prominent individuals around the world, and then they stormed Central itself.
They want to change how it thinks using a combination of these minds? What do they get out of it?
Philosophical completeness. This girl's been raised to believe that fostering Central is her life's mission. As she sees it, this is the right way to give Central completeness.
And she's my clone.
Neither of you is more clone than the other. Apparently, the original embryo was split. At least twice.
Right. So the embryo was cloned, but it's not like they just popped out of a test tube last week. So,
Where have you been my entire life? I was raised by the city.
I didn't know. Vargas covered up the theft of the embryos. If I'd known you'd been born, life would have been so different, so much better. For both of us.
Hey, my life turned out fine.
Did
I'm a
it?
creator.
Did it
Kids
really?
would have made your life so much better. Why not unfreeze the embryos when you had the chance?
I was worried. Somehow it didn't seem right. I couldn't give them the life they deserved without Vicky, without their mother.
Sounds like you wasted an opportunity.
right.
I spoke to that other agent Lau.
What did you think?
She's alright. Less of a tight ass than you. I think she understands what I'm going through better.
She's a lot younger than I am. I can't wrap my head around this trance stuff kids do.
That and she's not the one who tried to murder me.
You're gonna keep harping on this, aren't you?
Last time I saw you, it was in the waiting room at Cell. How did you get out?
I had help from Jinsel.
Who?
From Jahelia, an underground net org. They're the ones who found out that you planted the bomb. They gave me a way out, and I ran to find them.
And they led you to the aerostat?
Actually, from the way they were talking, it sounds like Jinsel was the one who handed me over to them.
It is
I'm
a
not sure
big
who I can
ask, I will
trust
not
right now.
deny.
You've got a history with Central, don't you?
I was part of the team that created it, along with Vargas and your mother.
So you want to protect your legacy here?
Not in Central. I left before the project was completed. It was dependent upon them having the embryos. Apparently they kept copies behind to work on.
Central's an organic computer?
An understatement. Like saying Hanford mainframe is a powerful calculator. It was designed with a new style of consciousness in mind. If its organic components came from the same embryos, then that means...
We're related?
Oh man, imagine being told that. Not only just you have a twin sister out there, not only that your father is the cop who was blackmailed into trying to kill you, but also you are related in some very twisted way with the AI running the city. Like, say what you will about this game, it swings for the fucking fences as far as that cyberpunk stuff goes. Anyway, back on topic.
Something's not right with Vargas. The way he looks at me.
He sees the little girl he's been raising as his daughter for 20 years. He's a monster.
How? He just sounds like a soft old man.
That's an impression that comes to him naturally. It helps him get what he wants. In reality, his priorities are so skewed he'll do anything he can to succeed. When this is over, we need to catch up.
Are you serious?
I want to learn who you are, find out about you.
You tried to kill me. Now you expect me to just let you in?
All right, maybe that was optimistic. But please, once this is done, at least let me tell you about your mother.
Why were embryos needed in Vargas's experiments?
Embryos were going to be modified to extrapolate neural tissue growth. They couldn't use dummy growth embryos. They don't undergo neural development.
And you objected to them using your own embryos.
So did Vicky, in the end. Thank you for speaking with me.
Alright. Well, that was enlightening. Not exactly providing us with a resolution. Let's talk to Lau. Let's see what these two have to say to each other.
Dr. Lau.
Regis, just like
How are
cover
you
your
holding
ears
up?
for a minute.
How do you think? One minute I'm letting the trance flow over me. The next, people are trying to kill me. I'm still not sure why.
We'll do what we can to help. Me and your father.
Yeah. The only involvement he's had with my life so far has been trying to end it.
I mean, that was once. Let's not oversell it here.
Don't worry, Latha. We're here to help.
Great job you're doing so far. I'm still stuck with you in this dangerous situation.
If you hate it so much, perhaps you can help us. There must be something useful you can do.
I'm a trance expert, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, isn't that what every thrall says?
Hey!
Why were you in the aerostat? Did they grab you somewhere downtown?
No, I went there to try and stop them. My contact with Jahelia said I could help to crack them. Sounds like they sold me out, though.
Do you know why they wanted you?
I didn't hear much. You probably know more than I do. Something about my brain? That was another thing they said.
Galatea?
No, Jinsel, my contact. Apparently I've got an abnormally high sync ratio.
Born to trance.
Regis has almost killed everyone he knows at least once. Yeah. He is very naive in that sense. Always unintentionally, with the exception of Baxter, who he wanted to kill but never got around to it. When he found out he was dead, he was like, God damn it, the one person I actually intended to kill, and someone beat me to the punch. Life sucks.
I still can't figure out what Jinsel wants. They said I was supposed to be a relay for their hack team.
And you agreed?
It was the only thing I could do.
Do you know anything about this Jinsel?
They work for Jahilia. Sounded pretty influential.
Jahilia, the anti-Central underground group?
That's the one. Anti-Central? Really?
They wouldn't be the only ones trying to get people in tonight. They should all just team up.
Yeah, kind of a conga line of people converging on Central at this moment.
Right now, the only thing on Dr. Regis's mind is keeping you alive.
Excuse me if I have a hard time believing that.
Hey, he carried out terrible things when he thought he could save his kids. His embryos. And now that he knows who you are, you're suddenly a whole lot more important to him.
Exactly, I know we're
anyone else.
related
I'll
now.
believe
Now
it
I'm
when
not
I
trying to
see
kill
it.
you.
Careful, you don't want to push him too far.
What? He might do something even more
Either that or he
stupid
has
to prove
tried,
it?
failed,
Maybe,
and now just
and
refuses
he'd
to
probably
admit
be
it.
the
Probably.
one who suffers for it. So, tell me about yourself.
I'm not even sure who I am at the moment.
Look, I'll go first.
Awful nice of
Hi,
the plot to
I'm
wait
Dr.
for us
Lau.
on this.
My friends call me Max. I'm a cell case specialist, and I've worked with Regis since last year.
Me? Raised by the city as a refugee war orphan. I guess even that's not true anymore. Matriculated in '86, been on Skanto city support ever since. Basically hooked up into the trance. Not what most people consider worthwhile.
Hey, a lot of people thought I was worthless. Before I joined Cell, I had a criminal record that took up gigabytes. Central thought I was worth a shot, though, and I ended up working for it. Are you sure you're all right?
What do you mean?
Well, you're not wearing any shoes, and your feet look...
Huh. I guess I did walk all the way from Cell to Southwest.
ouch.
I switched off the pain in my feet. Although it won't come back on now.
You don't
After
say.
this is over, we're getting you to a hospital. We're here if you need help.
Man,
Sure.
Max is way better at this surrogate parenting thing. We should ask her for advice. Anyway, one more set of conversations here. Let's see. Did I switch to... Okay, yeah. Alright.
Hey, Regis.
Yeah? How are you holding up?
I'm a little awestruck. Never thought I'd see Central's core.
Especially not under attack.
Exactly. How about you?
I'm fine.
Regis.
How do you think I'm taking it? I discover that the man who killed my wife has been after me from beyond the grave.
On the plus side, you found you have a daughter. You need to work out what you can do to protect what you have now.
Perhaps you're right. What's the situation?
Central's lost its connection to city infrastructure. Backup systems are holding for now, so nobody's going to get hurt because of it.
It must be because of what they're doing to the core.
Galatea sealed herself inside the Cortex processor, at the top of the tower. It's likely she's trying to apply the mind state she's stolen,
Trying to alter how Central thinks.
making the kind of governor
Hey, guys,
she
good to
finds
see
more
ya.
agreeable.
She can't stay in there forever.
She doesn't have to. If we leave her too long, we could lose Central.
As we know it anyway.
Alright.
We might need to split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Good thinking. Time's short. We can
Fantastic.
coordinate our
You know this
actions
isn't
if
a
we need to
horror
work
situation,
together.
so we're not going to get picked off one by one. I mean, it's not like there's a serial killer out there that's working for the bad guys or anything. I mean, there's only one villain left apart from the Mindjacker, so, you know. I think we've chewed through their mooks. I don't think there's any more physical threats apart from them.
We need to get to the control consoles in the turbine room.
Good idea. Then we can shunt the allocated power around. Nina, Dr. Zhang, wants
So
power
basically
for the
we need
tower's
to
transceiver. That'll allow her
puzzle our
hackers
way to the
dismantle
top.
Central's programming.
But then there'll be nothing. It'll be like lobotomizing the city.
Temporarily, until they organize a replacement. The alternative would be shunting the power back to Central.
Then it could help us break the Cortex room's security seal.
But it's no good talking about it if we can't get to the console.
We need to bring him in. I guess this is one of those situations where Central would use the term neutralize.
Alright.
If Galatea succeeds, what are the implications?
In its current state, Central's behavior is generated from experience. It means that it can be taught.
But apparently, Galatea wants an expert instead.
With knowledge and experience stolen from around the world.
Do we actually know that the result would be worse?
Regis, you can't be serious. Central's personality would be irreparably altered.
And Galatea's responsible for the global mind-jacking spree. Don't worry, Lau. I'm just thinking out loud.
I mean, you
I don't
might
hate
as well.
Central
We don't
that
really...
much.
We're really out of our depth here. We're kind of just stumbling into the plot at this point.
Apparently, Nina's had people ahead of us already.
Inside men, probably. Paid off ages ago. Looks like they haven't finished the job. The equipment's only half deployed.
What's it for?
It's a transceiver array. Looks like the cable spool is part of the antenna.
They must have been interrupted when Galatea broke in. Maybe it's the poor fella who got himself crushed by the elevator platform.
Oh,
She's
damn,
not
I
going to
just noticed
succeed in
that guy.
removing Central without a working transceiver.
Over on the right. Jesus, yeah, that dude got pancaked. You could just see feet sticking out from there. Holy shit. Like, man. OSHA has been asleep at the wheel here.
We need to gain access to the Cortex core.
Galatea sealed in. What can she do from in there?
Not much, except tamper with Central's cognitive processes.
So, exactly what she plans to.
Precisely. We need to get in and stop her.
Part of her door's security is likely system-based. Beyond my level, though. We need to find
Raw
someone who
human
can
jam.
help.
Yeah, no
It's
kidding.
likely got redundancies that rely on external power. Let's look for those as well. Have you spoken to Latha yet?
Yeah, I gotta say, Regis, I don't know how to feel. I mean, you two have never met before, but I can definitely see some of you in her. But we shouldn't assume too much about an instant connection.
Well,
I
we have
agree.
we have
She's been through a
a
lot
fondness
as
for
well.
throwing
Look,
food
Charlie,
at the cameras.
when this is over, I promise I'll do what I
That's
can
something.
to help. We'll catch up later.
Sure.
All right, time to start solving puzzles. Well, let's start with the body. All right, all you can examine are the man's boots. The rest of his body remains pressed under the platform. All right, let's see. You're not sure whether he fell first, but the eventual result has rendered that point moot. All right, I think we can hack into this.
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
Maybe not. I know I think one of us takes this up and then someone else searches the body for an item. Oh, there's another guard down. Alright. Latha, check the body. Alright. Most of this man's body, blah, blah, blah. A wrench, eh? Hey, here we go. Apparently this man was a technician. You take his wrench. Sweet. Rip, buddy. Thanks for the tool. Alright. Wow, check this guy. What's he carrying?
This could
Grenade.
be useful.
Oh, shit, yeah. Body one of the remaining strike team members. Apparently cell officers managed to break... What? Okay, what cell officers? Who was here before us? I guess maybe other guards here, but I don't see any other bodies. Let's see. I know there's a door going left, but I'm trying to get a sense for the puzzle here. I'll take this all the way up. Actually, how is inventory tracked? Let me switch back real quick. Okay, good. So everybody has access to everything else we need. This is good. This simplifies things. Alright. Bit janky, but it works. Alright. Lock power, lock system security, lock command access. Okay, so 3 red lights indicating 3 security thingies that we gotta bypass. 3 characters here. I'm sure you can see the shape of the I'm sure you can see the puzzle starting to take shape here. Quite possibly. Let's see here. It's... What I think it is there are some items only some characters can use. Like, Regis, for instance, can use the jolt gun, but not the wetware. You can see there it just says
Nina,
voice.
can you still hear me?
Oh, okay.
You're in the tower.
Yes, How did you know?
All right.
We've had our people on the inside monitoring the situation. They reported that the Fulcrum tower had come under attack.
Is there anyone else you haven't involved
That's right, I
in
forgot
the
he had the
conspiracy yet?
transceiver.
Their role was to set up the transceiver that would enable us to begin uploading Central to its new home. We lost contact with them shortly afterwards, and we're not getting the handshake signal.
A team of engineers? I'm sorry to say it, Nina. Looks like she wiped out anyone in her path on the way to the top.
Damn, they must not have been able to get the antenna set up. There are 2 things I need you to do, Charlie. First, divert power to the transceiver systems from the generator room. Then make sure the antenna is set up for the transceiver.
We'll see.
Alright, there's actually 2 endings here depending on what we do. We can do Nina's plan, or we can do one other thing. In fact, I'm going to make another save here, because we haven't made any significant decisions yet. This much I do remember. Latha has to go down to the processor core, because she's built to interface with stuff
Whoa.
like this.
What is this stuff?
And now we're getting a sense for what is Central exactly. It's basically this weird fleshy stuff that serves as processors. Again, an organic computer grown from a single embryo, and it's this weird combination of organic matter and the means to interface with technology.
This stuff's probably got amazing processing power, but they're not going to let me take it as a souvenir.
Yeah, a whole lot of balls, basically.
Hey, I know what this is. They used these for connecting to the trance in the old days. Man, life before wetware neural wiring must have been hard.
Alright. So, Latha is specially built
Whoa.
to deal with the trance, so she's basically gonna pop into this chair and meet with Central. Hey, look who's here look who's also here.
Mandala.
Yeah, no, we ain't having that.
You two-faced lying backstabber.
I apologize, Mandala.
You sold me out! They knew I was coming! What did you get out of it? How much was I worth?
Mandala, please.
You are going to regret crossing me. I have had enough of being used.
Please, be reasonable.
Get nuked. The only reason you're even here is because you're still relaying through me. Remember this moment. It's the last time you'll ever see the inside of Central.
Right. So I don't know if it's in another conversation branch or if it's a detail covered elsewhere, but you may have heard that Jahilia is an anti-Central group, and Nina's little conspiracy is also an anti-Central group. Go ahead and put 2 and 2 together on that one. I don't know if the game ever spells it out, but basically Jinsel is Nina working under an alias. The only obvious giveaway is the fact that their text has the same color, and I believe they have the same voice actress.
Good
Anyway,
evening, Miss Sesame.
howdy Central.
Central, are you connected to this system as well?
From a certain frame of reference, this system is central. You are currently interfaced with my core processor.
The room full of orange globes is your core processor?
Only part of it. My processor spans the top 5 floors of Fulcrum Tower. The room in which your body resides is my organic processor network. The simulated environment you currently perceive is an interface that covers my architecture.
Basically, abstraction layer.
I've only ever seen organic computing at the microscale. What's with the huge globes?
Those are neural processors. Each is filled with specialized tissue clusters. Suspended in wetware, they represent thousands of minds worth of processing capability.
You use brain tissue?
Of a specially designed nature in vast quantities, similar to that found within your own cerebrum.
Why would they create
But,
you
you
like
know,
that?
a lot
It
more.
allows for a unique structure to my thought and to my development. Central is no mere civic manager. I was created as the next stage in artificial intelligence.
Wait, you said our brain tissue is similar.
You are Latha Sesame SN134244. We share a common genesis in Dr. Vargas' experiments in 2067.
You're
So,
using
hi
my
sis.
brain matter?
Inaccurate. We both began from the same embryo, which was split into 3 triplets. One was developed to produce large quantities of neural tissue.
And the others were spares?
As the modification to the brain structure took place before the pluralization, we share a number of traits which enhance our comprehension of data.
It's funny. All my life I kept telling people I was made for the trance.
As were we both. The prenatal modifications remain within you and have affected brain development.
The internet made you stupid. Heard it straight from the machine itself.
I grew up in a nuked up care home in the back end of the city, and Regis apparently had his children stolen from him. Why didn't you tell any of us about this?
Deceit has created a most regrettable situation. You have both been victims of serious crimes against your persons. I have only recently been made aware of these details.
You didn't know? They didn't tell you where you came from?
Details have been falsified for my input. I have been unaware of our links. I had, however, noted inconsistencies in the information I had been given regarding the project.
Gaps in the story.
I have been conducting my own clandestine investigation into the matter. It is only in light of the recent crisis that I have been able to confirm the truth.
Now that you know about it, what are you going to do?
I am unable to change the fact that I was created. There is evidence of Dr. Vargas' culpability in a number of felonies. To ensure city security, he will be held accountable for his actions by a secure committee.
Frankenstein's monster rises up against its creator.
I act only in the city's interest.
Awfully pragmatic for an AI. Anyway,
Do you know what's happening out there?
My flow of data from outside the tower has been severed. It appears that Galatea Vargas is attempting to modify core systems without authorization. Based upon the lockdown and lack of submitted proposals, it
cut
is
the
likely
central
to be
icon
a
vibrating
radical
furiously while
alteration.
progress bar.
This cannot be permitted.
That'd be cute, actually.
We need to stop Galatea, but maybe I should just leave it to the trained cell agents.
Our situation is grave. We are unlikely to receive outside support in time. As such, all personnel assets within the core must be utilized.
So, you want my help?
Your unique physiology enables a connection to the organic systems available to no other. In addition, your 65,717 logged hours of transactivity suggest proficiency in this field.
Is it really that many?
Your support within the interactive environment greatly increases our chances of success.
Basically, this is like if the last Starfighter were flipped around, so getting recruited into doing the cool space stuff happened in like the last 10% of the movie. All that time spent wasting away on the internet is finally gonna pay off.
Can you do anything else to help us stop Galatea?
She appears to have barricaded herself within the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. There are 3 layers of redundant security, 2 of which I have no access to whatsoever. However, I can apply my considerable processor volume to decryption of its adaptive
7.5 years. Yeah, that's a fair bit.
amazing.
I mean,
The power of the city's entire AI.
I forget
for secure
exactly how
encryption?
old she
But
is.
as my connections have been limited by her attack,
Sounded too good to be true.
Late teens or
if
early
extra power
20s, I
can be
think.
routed to my systems from the turbine room, I can breach part of the door's security barrier. It would also allow me to prevent any further opportunistic attacks from outside parties.
Dr. Regis was chasing a bunch of embryos they took.
A set fertilized by Doctors Charles and Viksha Regis. One of these was utilized in research in 2067.
That was the one that was split. That became me, Galatea, and you? So, in a way, you're my sister?
An overly romanticized style.
That's
The
not a
organic
no.
tissue that is the foundation of my processor was created from her. Modified stem cells were drawn from the primary embryo in a destructive process.
Oh, so you were made from bits of my unborn sister.
That is more accurate.
Right.
Do you know Dr. Regis?
I am aware of the activities of everyone within the city. Regis, Charles, Doctor, Case Specialist, Centralized Emergency Logistics Office.
That's him. He tried to kill me last night.
This is incorrect.
Has it really only been one
Pride
night?
implies effort towards a targeted outcome. Analysis
so,
of
yeah.
data provided indicates that he has made no attempt on your life.
But my apartment? He destroyed it? He
I mean,
admitted
it was an
This is
unknowing
correct. It appears that
attempt.
his goal was material destruction under duress. Knowing of your presence, probability that he would have carried out such actions drops to 21.4%.
I mean, he
You're
blew up a
saying he
building
wouldn't
that
have done it?
obviously had
Dr.
people
Regis
in
is
it.
often
I don't think it's...
uncooperative and has a difficult working attitude. Despite such quirks, behavior
I don't think it's
patterns
that
indicate
obvious that he
justice
didn't
as a
know
key
someone would be
motivator.
hurt.
If he had known of potential civilian casualties, he would likely have sought assistance against said blackmailer from his partner.
Huh. So you're saying he's one of the good guys?
Let's
as much
not
as could
get
be
crazy now.
mathematically determined.
But yeah, this gets back to what I was saying about how
Let me get back to you.
the
Please
plan
try
was
not to
overly
damage my
convoluted.
hardware.
He did nail a guy fatally, this is true, and set another guy on fire, and fried a guy with a laser, like indirectly because he was standing in a pool of water, but still. The point is, I feel like the blackmail would have worked better if Regis didn't know he was planting a bomb. They wanted to include a plot element where... They wanted to include the whole bio bomber plot element because that ties into his backstory and fits the genetic engineering run amok context of the story, but it's so convoluted that it works against the premise of the it works against that particular plot point. There's no sane... Oh, hey! Is this it? Okay, so we can... So we interact with this, and that forces one open, but she has to hold it open. Alright. But yeah, it's strains credulity that Regis would blow up a building even if the guy blackmailing him with his children, his unborn children, told him nobody was there. Like, the apartment he blew up had stuff in it, and he remarked that it was probably the last tenants or whatever, so it looked inhabited, and he could reasonably infer that someone still lived there. I was standing in midair? Holy shit. Oh, man. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, okay. So there's our Mindjacker. Now, what do we got here? Ah, okay. So Latha can interact with systems here, and I think that stopping that turbine there lets someone get the drop on him. Now, is there anything else we can interact with? Not at the moment, no. But sit tight, Latha. Alright, let's switch back. Actually, can we... Hang on a second. Is there anything interesting going on here? Here we... Oh, pop group seeks asylum. This ought to be good. A popular boy band, Euphonics, currently on a world tour including Eurofed, Newton, and SoCal, have been sentenced to death in absentia by a court in their home state of Oklahoma. The verdict, issued by the presiding judge, Pastor William Phipps of the Patriotic Tribunal Board, was given after accusations of treasonous conduct, blasphemy, and incitement to immorality on an unprecedented scale. While not acting as part of the legal government of Oklahoma, currently occupied by Concord peacekeepers, the ruling by an influential community figure carries a great deal of weight with much of its population, making it no longer safe for the group to return. There's also a risk that fanatics may attempt to act on this judgment outside of their own territory. Currently in Newton, on their second night, the group's management have apparently sought asylum arrangements with the city-state. Henry Temba, Newton's exterior minister, has confirmed that protection is being sought, stating that the city will not allow people to be forced to make a choice between free speech and their safety. We welcome these young men to our community and will continue to oppose the blatant hypocrisy still rife in the Concord. Some analysts suspect that the timing of the ruling intentionally coincided with Euphonics' world tour. No longer able to return, it is likely that their assets within Concord territory will be seized by the state or warlord forces. Yeah, they wooed on the stage once too many. Exactly, yeah. Them youngsters are gyrating their hips in a thoroughly unchristian manner. This will not stand. Just another day in Oklahoma. Anyway, let's see. What's this thing do? Can I not interact with this? Okay, that calls the elevator. What's this? Cable reel. We're just gonna blow up a balloon.
We're
Why
getting
not?
a signal. The antenna's broadcasting.
Okay,
now
okay.
use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
Oh, that's the antenna she was talking about. Alright. Alright. Well, come on, Max. Up we go. Yep. Just another day in Freedom Land. Oh, shit. Alright. Mounting a desperate last line of defense, you're uncertain how long the Mindjacker can hold out for. Now, if I recall right, there's two ways to deal with him as well. There's a way to... I think if we sneak up on him, we can zap him. Or... the grenade... Okay, so Max does have different inventory than Regis. Alright, fair enough. Or the grenade that Max picked up, I think, can take him out. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I think the grenade can take him out, or we can do something fun with the turbines over here. Yeah, exactly. We can grind him up in the gears.
Kressel!
Alright. Well, let's try the obvious approach.
You're gonna run out of ammo eventually. Cell agents will be here to back us up, too. You'll have to give up eventually. Make it sooner rather than later.
I don't think so. My colleague is just about to rewrite Central to her own tune. We'll see if it's still so eager to prosecute me then. Heck, it'll probably order you to give me a VIP escort from the Corps.
You're deluded.
We'll see. I just need to hold you off until she does her
Bro,
job.
I'm Central's father. I tell her what to do now.
Why Latha? Why did you try to get me to kill her?
Okay, that was just artistic flourish. I just learned where she was from Galatea. She wanted me to confirm it, but I thought of something better.
You disobeyed her?
She was pretty nuked off, I can tell you that. But it seemed like too good an opportunity to waste. I could get you, the sanctimonious Charlie Regis, to kill the embryo you put so much into 20 years ago. How would that be for irony?
You're a monster.
Even if I fail miserably here, I've probably helped to ruin your relationship with your daughter.
Bro, you're a serial killer. Is this where your ambitions truly lie? Man, they are not letting the best and brightest into Newton.
Why are you doing this?
Money? Stupid question.
The city deserves
Well,
a
it was
better
to
class
start
of
with.
villain.
What changed?
I learned about you, Regis, when I took Baxter's memory into my own. Your decision to ruin the project led to Baxter's downward spiral.
You aren't Baxter. Stop this, Kressel.
Some philosophers say that what we are is based on our memories and experiences. If that's the case, then I'm only a little bit Baxter, but just enough.
Why keep any of his memories for yourself?
He had the most amazing, enthralling lust for revenge. I had to be a
Such
part
a
of it.
lust
like
for
a great
revenge.
work of cooperative art. It's an incredible motivator, like nothing else.
A motivator? For what?
Well, I knew you were on my tail. I needed a way to get rid of you. Before I'd even finished with Baxter's lifeless old corpse, a plan had come to me. One that satisfied my goals and his own.
You knew we were after you?
I'm working for Galatea, one of the most important people in the centralized government.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that we're able to have a nice long
and
conversation
therefore,
about
so
this.
did Galatea. It was kind of funny watching you work.
Yeah, he's Baxter, but Baxter was Baxter. Quite.
Hey, Regis, you haven't given up, have you?
You know what? Sit tight. We'll get back. I'll get back to you on this. Like, this could be a cool plot point where a person's identity is being overwritten by the minds he's been stealing, and he alters his agenda accordingly, but he's kind of a bit character in his own story at this point. Exactly, yeah. Like, I appreciate... I think the conversations themselves are reasonably written. It's just, this is kind of a bad place for them. Like, this is... There should be some pressure in this. Instead, we're kind of able to just leisurely poke around and figure things out.
Throw down your weapon. Come out with your hands raised.
I don't recognize you. Which one are you?
I'm Dr. Lau. I'm the one who gave you the synthetic beatdown. You gonna surrender?
Nah. I've got a reputation to maintain. Besides, this is my biggest shot at getting back at Regis.
I do appreciate that they don't have much to say to each other. Anyway...
This is a high-tech grenade. The fuse allows anything from an hour to an instant blast.
Why would you need a grenade to go off an hour later? Yeah, if I remember right, the solution here... One of the solutions here is to ding him with a grenade, then he falls into the gears, or sneak up on him and zap him. It's got something to do with these pipes over here. So the moving platforms, apparently for shifting drones into the different levels of conduits running through the building. Alright, backup junction for this. Probably got backups, but even a momentary disruption might help you get the drop on the Mindjacker. Yeah. Distraction, sabotage, giving the other side enough time to foil your plans. Yeah, no kidding. Latha, let's see what you can interact with here. Alright. So that disables that. Is there anything else here? Call service drone, here we go. Ah! Now I think I remember. Alright. Alright, Droney, move over here so Lau doesn't have to go out there and get shot. Yeah, I think this is it. Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. Where's my grenade? Damn it. Okay, here we go. There you go. Pull the pin, then carefully place the grenade in the drone storage. Yep. The UI is freaking out over this. Like, again, I broadly appreciate the fact that we've got all the... Oh, boy. Okay. Alright, I see that timer. Great, we gotta play elevator action. Alright. Here we go.
Regis?
Oh, I was hoping to zap him.
That was
Or I was hoping
close.
to, like, grind him up. Eh, whatever.
Now all he gets out of this is one hell of an identity crisis.
Good job, Max. Good job, Latha, for that matter. Alright. Okay, so here's where our ending decision is. So one goes through with Nina's plan to have Central replaced. The other is returning all system control to Central, which does something else. I'm a little unclear on the specifics here. We'll hold off on that decision for now. Actually, what else needs to be done? You know, actually, we will save first. Go back to the idea of delivering the elbow of the people with a little... Yeah, I feel like... You know, hold on a second. We will make a separate save here. Oh, come on. Not even enough room? I'll just say end, then. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we'll return control to Central. Why not?
Thank you. I am beginning the process of removing the scrambler on the server room door.
I know, seriously.
I
Like,
have
at
removed
this
the
point,
scrambler. Partial access restored.
I
We are
think a
one
little
step
police
closer to
brutality is
restoring
justified on this,
continuity
man.
to
I'm
civic
just saying.
processes.
Alright, that's one. Check it. We might have puzzle items. Yes! Alright. Yeah, kick him again. Okay, now, get him in the balls. Damn it!
Now all he gets out of this is...
Max, we gotta work on this. You're a good cop, but you need some work on your instincts. Alright, so that takes care of one thing. Actually, hold that thought for now. Chuck, get over here. We're done on this floor. Alright. Now, processor core, console. If I recall right, Regis has to be the one to go in because he's the least technically inclined. And Max is needed elsewhere to do a thing. I'm not sure what that thing is. Let's see. Actually, Latha, now that you're done with this, let's have you go back over here. Alright. That holds open the second barrier. Now, is there anything else down here? I don't think there is. No.
My god. They actually did it.
Actually, do you have any special
I
interactions
ran
with
tests
this?
on the prototypes for this stuff in the lab. I never thought they'd make so much of it. I've had enough of this stuff.
Let's see. Power conduit runs up the wall, further into the tower, judging by the glow, it's working as expected.
Power conduit alpha. Temporary shutdown. Reactivation in 30 seconds.
Ah! Hey! Max! Elevator. Go to the top. Alright, lock power. Damn. Okay, there's something else we gotta do first. Override command needs to be given to force the door to open. Alright. Alright, so there's something else we do with the conduit down.
Power system cycled.
Yep.
I'd better not touch it. Central's anal...
Alright. Office, console. Deploy is apparently working as planned. Huh. Is there anything
Wow.
else?
Talk about organic computing.
Is there anything else down here we can interface with? Screens. Data systems are running within tolerances. Just data readouts. Alright. Okay. Working as expected.
Power conduit reactivate.
So what does that do? Actually, wait, hang on a second. Latha, did that do anything for you? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, I think we're gonna have to do some pixel hunting here. Alright. Max, why don't you head back up to the turbine room to see if there's anything else you can interact with. Control systems. Central's already been given access to the security system. Broken the scrambler on the door. Alright, so nothing else here. Spinning machinery. No. Alright, no, definitely done in there. Let's see. Max, can you do anything with this?
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
Apparently not.
Wetware's not...
Nothing with the body. You know, we did get a wrench. So that's got to be used somewhere. I forgot about that. Actually, that might be... we got a scalpel, too. That might be another way to get at the Mindjacker. I think that might be part of the puzzle, where you gotta jam the gear, have Lotha stop the turbine from spinning, sneak over to him, and zap him that way.